Hello, I'm Herb Coach, and I'm the president of Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club.
Hi, my name is Kevin Barry. I'm a director with the Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club.
And we'd like you to come in and enjoy our facility where we have trains and trains and trains.
It's a great place to relive happy memories, whether they were from when you were a child or with your children, or if you're enjoying them now with your grandchildren, or you just love trains. The minute you step into our building, the very first thing you find yourself in is the gift shop, where you can find train sets and individual pieces to add to your layout at home, or maybe that gift that you're looking for someone that you want to share the hobby of railroading with. One of the very first things you'll notice as you leave the gift shop and enter into the main section of the Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club is the big mountain. At the top of the mountain, which is almost 10 foot above floor level, you'll see the Royal Observatory and a 2-scale, 40-foot tall U.S. Forestry Service fire watch tower with a ranger faithfully observing the forest through binoculars to make sure that none of the pristine beauty is damaged. Immediately in front of you is the forklift. And guests can operate it. It's one of the many accessories that are there and available for children of all ages to enjoy. A little to its left is the log loader. And the logs actually come up the ramp, and when they hit the top of the ramp they get kicked out and they fall into the gondola, diesel air horn shed. It's very, very popular. If you look at the top of the mountain and you're actually looking at it from the canyon accessory side, you'll see that Smokey the Bear, the mascot of the
He's at the base of the fire tower.
He's the mascot of the U.S. Forestry Service, and he's reminding everyone that only you can prevent a forest fire.
And then we got the observatory. And look at it, it's looking at the planet. And below we have our lumber area where we're manufacturing construction grade lumber.
When you're done looking at the log mill and the UPS plant, all you have to do is turn to your left. You see Meigs Field, Plateau City, and over here, Grover's Mill Drive-In.
And the Grover's Mill Drive-In is operating
every open house.
We have a nice train station here, Kevin.
This is actually Union Station, Chicago, built to scale, as it was in 1929. You'll also notice that we have an L track that runs through our downtown area, complete with an L stop and roadways.
I like the skyline behind us.
This is actually the wraparound, which covers almost half of our building. Starts out downtown, and you can see the Willis, formerly Sears Tower, and it wraps all the way around to Joliet, Illinois.
Look at the Chicago skyline in the background. This is a 120-foot picture that Tyler Mallory put together for us, and it is so in depth you can see details all through the picture. Yeah, Kevin, on the American Power and Light Company, I like how that sign illuminates the American Power and Light and the American flag independent of each other going through its cycle. You know, Kevin, we got a golf course.
Yes, we do.
Look at, they are at the hole, but look at this. We got people ready to fire off from the tee.
You'll see Brushwood Country Club. That's the Brushwood Country Club concession stand.
We have some cold beer, and at the
golf is thirsty and hungry work. At the foot of the bridge, you'll see a sign that's marked water hazard. Al the alligator likes to hang out at the foot of the bridge. He's our water hazard. We're a little bit outside the city now, and you can see a larger suburban passenger station and a whistle stop station on the commuter line. What you're looking at now is our Beltline Railway. It has 2 primary tracks and a classification yard.
I really like how the yard blends into the picture.
If you gave it a quick look, you'd almost think it was continuous.
Hey, it is continuous.
A lot of planning went into it so that everyone could enjoy it. In the back, well, as we come up, you see a switch tower, and they're dealing with the aftermath of an engineer taking a curve a little too quick with a tank car that's fallen over. Our oil field. We have rocking horses, we have oil derricks, we have oil storage containers.
Yeah, I like in the background there how we have the Citgo tank farm that blends right into the picture of the refinery itself. We've reconstructed Route 66, and there you can see some of the highlights of it, the launching pad with the Gemini Giant. You know, it's good to know that we're an evolving layout. So we have plans for things, and we always have new things coming about. The Cadillac Ranch, I like that feature.
Modeled after the Cadillac Ranch in Amarillo, Texas, but you'll notice these are vintage Lionel cars from the old car carrier.
Pretty creative.
Yep, the signalman's shack, where they can reach the engineer's track orders up to them.
Yeah, the engineer doesn't have to crawl down from his engine.
Yeah, it may only be 10 or 12 feet, but it's a lot of knee work.
There's a lot of activity on this layout, Kevin.
The Wigwam Motel, that is in Holbrook, Arizona, another of the key landmarks.
We now get to Jeff's Bike Shop and Bar, right by the Miller High Life trailer.
Yeah, a
right
beer dragon way.
Hey, Morton Salt, I like that.
Morton Salt is really lit up. They're probably running all 3 shifts. The small factory building you see immediately in front of you is Hearn Dobler Electric, next to a warehouse. And as you continue down the line, close to you, you'll see an old Meisterbrau brewery. Actually, it didn't start life as a Meisterbrau brewery. It started life as a pickle factory, but found its true calling was as a brewery.
Well, we need something to supply Jeff's Bike Shop.
This is true. And in the foreground is the farm scene that actually dates back to the earliest time of the club when it was all modular, the Bar M Ranch.
As we go into our power plant, you can see the coal tipple where the coal comes in to supply the power plant for generating electricity.
That is an operating tipple.
And it's nice to see that it blends in again with our background scenery.
And on the wall behind the mountain are the 2 banners recognizing the Chicagoland Lionel Railroad Club as winner of the Ambassador Club of the Year, both for the inaugurational year and the 2nd year.
And one of the newer pieces we have now is this section here where we have the lower part and the upper part.
And we have a small passenger siding and a switch tower heading into the big turn. Here we have a diorama of a logging camp. The accessory immediately in front of you, right here.
Oh, where they're sawing the big chunk of wood?
Actually is a powered accessory, and when the button is hit, you can see those 2 lumberjacks working that 2-man saw cutting that log in. If you look to the left, you'll see a vintage water tower. Old-fashioned water tower similar to the one in Petticoat Junction, and above that upslope you can see a lumberjack topping out a tree. and when the power is on to that, you can actually hear him chopping on the log, and the log will tip over.
You know, we see a whole bunch of things happening here that are still happening. And it looks like many more things will be happening also. So it's good to see this layout more than one time, and we look forward to having everybody come back as many times as they can to see how we are and where we're going, and to have a good moment with the family. So here we have our back shop where we have certified technicians that can repair locomotives from Lionel's past and the current Lionel Legacy and TMCC models. I want to welcome everybody to the upstairs, our mezzanine level.
In this corner you can see some of the things that would normally be found in a caboose. The pot-bellied stove, or what was sometimes called a cannon heater, the bucket and shovel with the coal, the spittoon, because nobody was going to tell a railroad man he couldn't shoot tobacco. If you'll follow me this way, this is our members' workbench area. There's a small drill press, a vise. Up on the shelf you can see some trees under construction.
Here we have an upstairs lunch area where guests can come up and have a little bit of relaxation time as they enjoy their lunch. So one of the nice things that we have too is our island Sodor layout where Thomas the Tank is king.
This layout uses the Lion, Roar, and Lion Chief controllers. This one is actually a Thomas controller.
And you can see Thomas at the back there.
And this is for the Peanuts Halloween train. The island of Sodor has all the things that you'd find on a regular layout, or actually in a regular community. You have a yellow water tower. In the front you have a coaling tower. In the back,
the grain tower.
The grain tower.
And I like the station, the train station that we have. I like coming up to our mezzanine level and seeing the view of our trains. The trains look so nice, like an airplane flying over the landscape. And as we're building layout, we're continually working on it, as you can see in the background there.
Standing up here on the mezzanine reminds me of standing on the second story balcony at the Museum of Science and Industry and looking down at their old layout.
Here we have a view of our fire tower, the observatory, and its relationship to the planet. You can see how the observatory lines up. And our planet is doing quite a good job. So, this is Kevin Barry and Herb Coach, and we welcome you to come here again and again and enjoy and share with us our layout.
It's never too late to have a happy childhood.